The bodies of a mother, her 4 children and their 2 dogs, discovered under the terrace of their stately home in Nantes, France, each one shot with 2 bullets. Yet someone was missing from the gruesome burial plot: the man of the house, Count Xavier Dupont de Ligonnès. That peaceful existence shattered in April 2011 by a crime so brutal it shocked all of France. The address, 55 Robert Schumann Boulevard, would no longer be remembered as a family home. Instead, it earned a chilling nickname, whispered in the press, the House of Terror. The 4 children were building their own lives. The eldest, 20-year-old Arthur, worked at a pizzeria while studying IT. His 18-year-old brother, Thomas, immersed in his musicology studies. Their sister, 16-year-old and a top student, the youngest, 13-year-old Benoit, shared his brother's deep love for music. With both parents working, the family's routine was steady, predictable. Nothing seemed unusual. Until the afternoon of April 11, 2011, when the ordinary rhythm of their lives stopped without warning. A neighbor grew concerned. She hadn't seen the family. The permanently closed shutters were strange. The entire family and their 2 Labradors couldn't fit in Xavier's car alone. After 2 days of worry, she called the police on April 13th. Police forced entry. Inside, everything seemed orderly, except for the stripped beds and open closets. Interpreting this as a planned departure, they closed the case. Almost everything was accounted for, except for one missing car, a compact Citroën C5. It was a puzzling piece. How did an entire family and their pets vanish in a vehicle too small for them all? The story became more confusing. Friends and relatives began to receive strange, typed letters, supposedly from Xavier and Agnès. The letters told an incredible tale. They claimed Xavier was a secret agent for the U.S. Drug Enforcement Administration. His cover was blown, forcing the entire family to flee into witness protection in America. The letters begged for secrecy, mentioned the dogs were given away. They gave practical instructions and a cover story that the family had suddenly moved to Australia. Similar notes went to the schools, to Agnes's workplace. Most who got the letters were shocked, but believed, however, Agnes's own family immediately sensed something was wrong. The story didn't add up. Their deep concern led them to the district attorney, insisting on a real investigation. The police went back on April 15th. They noticed something new, unsettling. Many of the family photo frames had been stripped of their pictures. Agnes's family kept pushing. Because of their insistence, officers returned to search again on April 18th, 19th, and 20th, finding nothing decisive. Then, on April 21st, during a 6th search, on the very day police made a public plea for information, they made a discovery that turned the case into a nightmare. Officers turned their attention to the backyard. There, beneath the terrace, they found disturbed earth. What they uncovered was a shallow grave of taped-up trash bags. Inside, a horrific scene: the remains of Agnès and 3 of her children, Arthur and Benoit, the family's 2 beloved black Labradors, buried with them in a separate, nearby grave. The body of the 4th child, 18-year-old Thomas, investigators believe he was killed later. A chilling detail accompanied the victims. Each body was buried with a religious item: a cross, a candle, or a medal, as if someone had performed a twisted, ritualistic burial. With the family found, a terrifying question echoed: where was Xavier? He had vanished without a trace. From that moment, the quiet father became France's most wanted man. An international arrest warrant was issued on May 10, 2011, a warrant that remains in force to this day. The media branded the home the House of Terror, but for those who knew Xavier, this was impossible to grasp. Friends and family were left in stunned disbelief. His own mother and sister publicly defended him. They pointed to his chronic back problems, arguing he could never have dug those graves. They questioned the autopsy reports, clinging to hope. The autopsies painted a cold, methodical picture. All 4 children had traces of sleeping pills. Their mother, Agnès, who relied on a breathing machine, had not been drugged. Instead, her machine had been switched off around April 3rd, likely making her the first victim. Each person was killed the same way. shot twice in the head with a .22 caliber rifle. This wasn't just any gun. It was a family heirloom, passed down from Xavier's own father just weeks before. The house itself told a different story. There was no blood found, meaning they weren't killed where they slept. The bodies and the plastic bags yielded no clues. No DNA, no fingerprints, no stray fibers. The crime scene had been wiped clean. Investigators found Xavier's success was a facade. His businesses were collapsing, pushing the family toward financial ruin. For a proud aristocrat obsessed with his family's name, this impending disgrace may have been an unbearable motive. In the weeks before, Xavier methodically gathered his tools after inheriting the rifle. He obtained a license, practiced, bought a silencer and bullets. He purchased grave-digging supplies, lime, cement, a shovel, bags and plastic sheeting from a DIY store far from home. On the family's final night together, April 3rd, they went out for dinner and a movie. Later, Xavier called his sister. His voicemail ended with an odd, chilling sign-off, "See you soon, maybe." On April 4th, Anne and Benoit were absent from school. The next day, Xavier and Thomas were seen at a restaurant. Thomas appeared unwell. That same day, bailiffs arrived for a debt, receiving no answer. Investigators believe Agnès, Arthur, and Benoit were killed on the night of April 3rd. Thomas was tricked into returning home on the 5th, drugged and murdered later. After the murders, Xavier tied up loose ends. He ended the lease, closed accounts, paid bills, told Agnes's boss she was moving to Australia. Neighbors saw him loading black bags into his car after a week alone. He left Nantes on April 10th. His trail led south. His credit card was used in La Rochelle on the 11th. He was caught on CCTV at a cash machine. His journey ended in Roquebrune-sur-Argens on April 14th, checking into hotels using an alias. 8 days later, on April 22nd, his abandoned Citroën C5 was found in a hotel parking lot. CCTV footage from April 14th showed Xavier carrying a long black bag, presumed to be the rifle, across the lot before disappearing. He looked directly at the camera. Authorities searched the nearby wilderness, believing he may have taken his own life, but found nothing. He had vanished. Many theories exist. Some believe he escaped on a cargo ship. Others think he hid in a remote monastery, or is living under a fake name. Despite over 900 tips and countless searches, every lead has hit a dead end. A promising alert in October 2019, when a man with a stolen French passport was detained at Glasgow airport, led nowhere. His fingerprints and DNA proved he was not Xavier. More than a decade later, the haunting questions are still unanswered. If Xavier did this, why? Was it the crushing shame of his financial failure, a dark urge to save the family's honor? How could he have carried this out and cleaned up every trace so perfectly, alone? And perhaps the most frustrating question, how has a man with no known history of crime managed to completely disappear, eluding one of France's most extensive manhunts for over 11 years? On April 28, 2011, over 1,400 people filled a church in Nantes to say goodbye. 2 days later, their ashes were laid to rest.